This was not how the day was supposed to go. It started in a normal rehearsal studio. Music, lights, mirrors, everything felt ordinary. Until Rumi changed. At first, it was subtle, a strange calm, a look in her eyes that didn't belong to her anymore. And then it happened. She didn't touch Jinu, not even once, but somehow she threw him across the room like he weighed nothing. That was the moment everything broke. Jinu tried to stand up, confused, scared, but Rumi was already walking toward him, slow, controlled, like she already knew what was coming next. When she placed her hand on him, something spread. Not visible at first, but you could feel it. Jinu's body froze. His movements became wrong, unnatural. And when he stood up again, it wasn't Jinu anymore. He looked the same face, same clothes, but something inside him was gone. Or worse, replaced. Then Mira walked in and instantly understood something was very wrong. Jinu turned toward her, slow at first, then faster, much faster, and then he said it. Hungry. Yeah, not a good sign. Mira ran. Jinu chased. Rumi watched, like it was all part of a plan. Jinu lunged at her, and for a second it looked like it was over, but then something unexpected happened. He touched her and stopped, completely. His grip loosened. His posture changed. The hunger disappeared, replaced by something else. Something very strange. He looked at her, not like prey, not like food, but like he didn't want to hurt her anymore. Yeah, the zombie fell in love. Mira didn't know whether to scream or run or just accept the situation. Rumi? She was impressed. But before anyone could process what just happened, everything changed again, because suddenly they were on a plane. No explanation, no logic, just a private jet in the middle of the night. And of course, it started going down. The lights flickered, the plane shook, the sky outside tilted in ways it definitely shouldn't. And then they found it. One parachute. Just one. Classic. Mira grabbed it immediately, because, obviously, survival instincts. But now came the real problem. Who jumps? Rumi didn't care. She didn't need it. She said it like it was nothing, like falling from the sky wasn't even a concern. Zombie Jinu? Even better. He just said, I survive. Not confidence, not courage, just fact. Mira wasn't convinced. At all. The plane shook harder. The door opened. Wind rushed in, and time ran out. Jinu made the decision first. He ran, jumped. No parachute. Straight into the darkness. Yeah, that happened. Mira stood there in shock for half a second, then followed. Because, honestly, what choice did she have? The fall was chaos. Wind, clouds, darkness. But somehow the parachute worked, and below her an island appeared. Small, dark. Definitely not safe. She landed hard on the beach, alive, barely. And just when she thought things couldn't get worse, Jinu fell from the sky. No parachute, no control, just impact. And he stood up, perfectly fine. Of course he did. At that point, Mira didn't even question it anymore. They moved into the jungle, because obviously staying on the beach wasn't a great idea. And that's when they realized they weren't alone. Something was watching them. The leaves moved, shadows shifted, and then they appeared. Monkeys. A lot of them. Fast, aggressive, and definitely organized. They surrounded them in seconds. No escape, no way out. And then she showed up. Zoe. Calm, confident, in control. Not just of the situation, but the entire island. This island belongs to me. Yeah, not a great sign either. Before Mira could even respond, they were captured, dragged deeper into the jungle, into a clearing, and in the center of it, a fire. Big one. The kind of fire that clearly meant one thing. They weren't guests. They were the main event. Mira tried to resist. Jinu stayed still protecting her, still somehow different. Rumi gave the order, prepare them. That's when it became real. They were about to be burned alive. No plan, no escape, no time. The flames grew higher. The heat got closer. The moment was seconds away. And then the wind changed. The fire bent sideways. The air shifted. The monkeys hesitated, and someone stepped out of the shadows. Rumi. Not the same Rumi, not even close. Stronger, calmer, more dangerous, and definitely in control. Mira looked at her, half relief, half fear, because at this point she didn't know if Rumi was here to save them or make everything worse. Rumi just smiled slightly, looked at the fire, then at Zoe, and said, "Now it gets interesting."